Morning students, today I will continue with the same chapter transport in plants, that is part 5. Today's topic is ascent of sap. The upward movement of water along with the dissolved mineral salts from the roots to the aerial part of the plant is called ascent of sap. The ascent of sap can be explained by various theories, but the most widely accepted theory is transpiration pull cohesion tension theory. Now this theory was proposed by Henry Dickson and John H. Jolly. This is the most widely accepted theory. It mainly depends on the physical properties of water, that is cohesion. Cohesion means mutual attraction between water molecules. Adhesion, that is attraction of water molecules to the polar surfaces. Surface attention, water molecules are attracted to each other in liquid phase more than the water in the gaseous phase. These property gives water high tensile strength, that is an ability to resist pulling force, high capillarity, that is ability to rise in the tubes. Now according to this theory, there is a continuous water column from vein endings of the leaf down to the root hairs. There is great mutual attraction among the water molecules, that is cohesive force. There is a great adhesive force between the water column and the walls of the xylem. The energy for the upward movement of water column is provided by transpiration from the leaves. This creates a water deficit in the leaf cells, causing water to move from the xylem ducts to increase to these cells. This water deficit is carried from cell to cell until it reaches the leaf xylem, from there to stem xylem, and finally to the root hairs through the root xylem. This stress or tension in water column is called transpiration pull. As the transpiration pull, whole of the water column in the xylem vessel is lifted like a rope. The tension causes a decrease in water potential. The lower water potential further favors uptake of water by the roots. This theory states that water ascends in plants because of the transpiration pull. The column of the water remains continuous due to the cohesive force. I hope children you have understood the transpiration pull cohesive adhesive theory. Now the stomatal transpiration. Transpiration occurs through stomata also when stomata opens for photosynthesis. Therefore, the transpiration which occurs through stomata is stomatal transpiration. Now, stomatal transpiration occurs when the stomata is open, that is in the light. Transpiration increases with the increase in the size of the stomatal opening. The opening of the stomata is governed by the change in the turgor pressure of the guard cell and the epidermal cells adjacent to the guard cells. The changes in the DPD is due to osmotic changes in the guard cell. This makes guard cell turgid or flaccid. When the guard cells is turgid, the stomata are open, and when flaccid, when it is closed. The change in the turgor pressure is brought about change in the sugar content of the guard cells. Due to increase in sugar content of the guard cells, the DPD is created between guard cells and the neighboring cells. The water flows in the guard cells, causing them to expand and becomes more turgid. A decrease in osmotic content of the guard cell develops a DPD gradient in opposite direction. The diffusion of water out of the guard cell into the neighboring cells makes the guard cells flaccid. Stomatal transpiration can be well explained by the theory, that is potassium ion concentration theory. According to this theory, potassium ion is responsible for opening and closing of stomata. According to this theory, accumulation of potassium ion in the guard cell occurs during light. It increases negatively the osmotic pressure of the guard cell. This causes the opening of stomata. In the dark, the potassium ion moves out of the guard cell, making the osmotic potential less negative. Thus, the water causes and osmosis out of the guard cell and the turgidity decreases, causing closure of stomata. When the leaf is exposed to light, malic acid in the guard cell appears. The malic acid is then dissociated into malate ion and hydrogen ion. The hydrogen ion thus produced is exchanged with the potassium ion. That is, hydrogen leaves the guard cells and potassium enters the guard cells. This potassium is used with malic acid to form potassium malate. Due to the presence of potassium malate, the water enters the guard cell from the epidermal cells adjacent to the guard cells. This results in the turgor pressure causing the stomata open. At night, the reversal happens. Potassium ion leaves the guard cells out making the stomata flaccid through the exosmosis. So children, this was stomatal transpiration explained on the basis of potassium ion theory, and this is a diagram. You can just look at the diagram and study it carefully. I hope it is understood, and if any doubt comes, I'll take it in the live class. Thank you.